What's up, YouTube and fellow Guardians? Una here to bring you another video, and today I want to talk about the Places of Power. This is going to be coming out after the event's already come and gone. I recorded this just the video, and my son was smacking the keyboard and making noises in the background. There's no way I was going to get good audio over it. But I was trying to, help people out there having issues, because if you were like me, the first thing that happened when this event came was I just got annihilated. I had no chance. People were saying Darth Maul was the secret, and I was like, okay, great. I have no Darth Maul. I don't have the money. I don't have the resources to really level him up because he's an attacker. So he really needs to be, probably the Gear 8, Gear 9, Gear 10 to really be effective. Then I was like, okay, well, another event I can't participate in, and I was kind of upset about the design because I just don't like it when you need to have only one character or there's only one way to beat it, and there's just no way I was doing it with my level of Sith at the time. Here, my level of Sith were pretty bad. I mean, as you can see, I do have Vader and EP at Gear 10, which is okay. Sidious at Gear 8, not so good. And that was really it. So that was the first day, and then the next day, Darth Nihilus came out. And boy, did that just change everything. I went from being unable to beat the first tier of the event to actually just clearing all of them, including the bonus tier. And there was a lot of people that said, hey, I don't have Darth Maul. How do I do this? And I just wanted to walk you guys through kind of what I found to be a pretty consistent strategy for this. So let me cut over to our video here, and we'll start to walk through this here together. So for the first issue that I think a lot of our Guardians or other people were having is they weren't rotating or timing their attacks. I found, obviously this first stage, there's no boss, and then you fight Ayla on the second. You can really just auto through these first two, just kind of like Galactic War, just auto through the first two battles, at least with a decent EP invader. And Sid, his evasion against Jedi and his health recovery, he's really, really survivable. But just looking at this Gear 6 Darth Nihilus, I'm really impressed with his HP. I mean, look at that. He's got almost as HP as these other guys. He's doing so good. But once you get to the end of 2, what you want to do is take it off auto and just kind of start whacking away with some basics. Because what's going to happen is on Phase 3 here, there's going to be no bosses, and what you're going to do is just basic through this, and every time you hit one of these Sentinels, including with the shock damage, they go invisible, so it's really frustrating. But just basic through this, because what's going to happen is on the next stage is you're going to have Anakin, Jedi Knight Anakin, Ahsoka, and Rex. And Rex is really the problem because he cleanses everyone. So what you want to do is you can do one of two things. Is you can either annihilate Anakin right away because Darth Nihilus, that AoE just recuperates it really fast, or you can try and just keep Rex locked with like Vader basic. So what you'll see I'll do here is, since my annihilate comes up first, I just go ahead and just eliminate Anakin because he is the biggest threat in this group. And then also when you see those red triangles, when the leader is brought down, they all lose 25% of their stats, like health and stuff like that. So I just find that was probably the quickest way to get out of here without taking too much damage, because what happens is next is a counter team. So since a lot of these units like Sid and Vader, they have AoEs that the counters, all the Jedi can come back and hit them. So what I do is I just kind of save up all of my, at least my EP special, and I'll use my EP special on the next round, and then I'll use the Darth Nihilus AoE thingy to lower his annihilate cooldown, so it'll be ready for stage 8. So just shock everybody for the counter stage. And these guys will do a little bit more damage than the 3000. If you remember on stage like 1 and 3, they're only doing about half that damage. So they're getting stronger as this match goes on. So that's part of the reason why you're going to want to start playing it smart after you get to stage 4. After stage 4, things get a little bit more serious. So since I shocked everyone, they weren't able to counter on my AoEs. I go ahead and just start taking them out there. And what's going to happen is on the next stage, stage 6, is right away you're going to want to do your AoE from Sidious. So again, just kind of focus on the boss, because that's going to lower their morale, if you will. And eventually Sidious is going to go But you see what I'm doing is it's kind of rotating which special I use each stage. I'm not just unleashing EP. I'm not just unleashing Vader. I'm not just unleashing Sith all on the same stage, because then you're just gonna have a longer and harder fight on one of them after that. There we go. So now what we'll do is, can I take him out? No, I didn't. I think I just continue to basic through the rest of this, because what's going to happen on the next stage is going to be kind of like the healers with Barris and Luminara. What I want to do is not only just save the cooldowns, but I want to try and time it so that my turn meter on EP and Sidious and Vader and whoever I want to go first, which is really actually just Darth Nihilus, but you really, and I know I messed it up in this run, but really what you want to do is have units with a lot of turn meter, and by a lot, I mean probably like 75% of your turn meter, that blue bar, needs to be up before you go to the next stage, because that Yoda is insanely fast, and that's probably where you're probably having a lot of problems with this, or if you're preparing for this in the future, the stage 8 Yoda is so fast, and he's going to spread buffs around so much that what I learned is with Darth Nihilus, the trick is getting past General Kenobi and then just shutting down Yoda. So I've done that with, when you get to stage 8, just either doing an Annihilate immediately on General Kenobi, and then just basically using EP, or using Palpatine and using Vader just to use their basics on Yoda, because if you keep him ability blocked and you keep him shocked, he can't spread the buffs like Foresight, which make it like almost impossible to hit those Jedi. They're so fast on this 8th tier or whatever. So what I was trying to do here is just kind of try and time it out so that Nihilus was able to go next, but you can see I did the worst thing possible, where I'm actually finishing the stage with Nihilus, which normally would be an instant death, but you'll notice the other 3 Sith kind of had full turn meter, so I'm going to be able to get off their AoEs right away. So I was like, okay, well, let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. I'm going to do the AoE shock. I'm going to do the AoE stun here, but look, I mean, he's already going. I don't understand if he immediately goes after attacks. I haven't looked too much into it, but it just feels like for every 2 turns you get, Yoda gets at least 1. He's just so fast. I don't know if he's doing, that was an assist right there, but then you'll see very quickly things start to fall apart if Kenobi's allowed to go. So I'm actually pretty lucky here, where I'm going to be able to take him out with this next hit here. And if I didn't, I mean, I would have preferred to annihilate him right away and then just alternate with basics on Yoda. But since Kenobi's gone, I could just annihilate Yoda, and then it's all free after that. So that is how I was able to do it with basically a Gear 6 Darth Nihilus, Gear 8 Sidious, and Gear 10 Vader and Palpatine. It was really just kind of about alternating AoEs and then just trying to play with your turn meter so that it was either at 75% or higher before going into the last step. Like I said, there's another approach I did where I had Darth Nihilus ready to go first. That's the ideal way, because then you can just destroy Kenobi, and then you just alternate with Emperor Palpatine and Vader basics to keep Yoda locked down. And then basically what happens is Vader's AoE and Sidious AoE, those will take out the other Jedi while you just keep Yoda locked. Like, you don't even need to attack them. Like, all those dots will just eventually kill them. So that's how I use Darth Nihilus to beat the places of power. And actually, I ended up really liking this event just because you could use multiple characters in different ways. Like, you didn't have to have just a max out Maul. So really, really liked this event because of this. After that, I don't know, maybe I just liked it because I finally beat it, but that's how I did it, guys. Good luck with your farming. And if you have any questions, come to our Discord. When this was going on, I was able to at least respond to people. Maybe my son smacked the keyboard a few times and got a weird answer or two, but I was able to help at least a couple of our Guardians out to get through it, because I do know not everyone has a fully max Darth Maul. So, all right, guys, this is Una. Good luck with your farming. Una out.